At this time, I welcome Jessica Wu, the valedictorian of the class of 2019, to share some words.
Before I say anything else, how incredible is the Cornwall Central High School class of 2019? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jessica Wu, and I am absolutely honored to be standing up here on behalf of all of my truly extraordinary peers. First and foremost, we owe our deepest gratitude to the family, friends, teachers, staff, and administrators who have each played a role in making tonight possible. Tonight is far more than a few months worth of planning or even a few short hours in our green gowns. Tonight has been over 12 years in the making. This honor of imparting some final words of wisdom to the class of 2019 is not one I have taken lightly. Tonight marks the final moment we will all be together before we diverge across the country to pursue not just who we are, but who we want to become. This being the case, I wanted to tell you all with gusto to follow your dreams or change the world. But I quickly realized that would be hypocritical. The honest truth is I'm not sure if I would be prepared to follow my own advice. Quite frankly, I have very little idea how I'm going to change in the next few years. And the class of 2019 has had some amazing accomplishments already, no doubt, but we have miles to go. A fact both incredibly scary and incredibly exciting. There is so much more left to be learned about the world and ourselves than there is what we already know. We are, right now, in this moment, the most naive and foolish we will ever be again. Nevertheless, there are some things I can tell you for certain. I know that the class of 2019 was born in 2001. I was only 6 months old on September 11th of that year. We are the last class to graduate from CCHS who will have been, for the most part, alive during 9/11. The post-9/11 America is the only one we have ever known. Globalism is both a celebration and clash of cultures, religions, and beliefs, and we must deal with the challenges that lay in the path of progress. I also know that life for the class of 2019 exists in two parallel dimensions invariably intertwined. One in the tangible, the real, and one made of images on tiny little screens. I was in 5th grade when I tried to take my first selfie on my little touchscreen flip phone. I thought I was so cool, moving up in the world from that game Brick Breakers, pre-downloaded on my dad's BlackBerry. This reality, coupled with a second virtual reality, is something we must learn to live with for the rest of our lives, whether we like it or not. It will shape us, for better and for worse. We are the generation born in the wake of Columbine and who has grown up through Sandy Hook, Santa Fe, Parkland, names of schools we can't even remember. School shootings are our normal. Mass shootings are our normal. Refugee and humanitarian crises, devastating natural disasters, political strife to polarize a nation. All of these things are our normal. These are the things that have shaped our childhood. This is the knowledge that has defined our age of innocence. As I've grown up in this world, I have often wondered, how do we go on with our own lives when there is so much tragedy and suffering around us? I think that in the moments we ask ourselves this question, our naivety becomes quite valuable. One of the most intelligent people to ever live said it himself, and I couldn't agree more. I would rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. Born out of these things that attempt to divide us, to isolate us, are the very identities in which we find common ground, because there is one thing in this world that unites us all, and that is our ability to choose. We talk a lot about success and following our dreams and making it in this world. But isn't true success measured by but three things: love, happiness, and your willingness to do good for others? But this is not a call on every person to devote their lives to saving their world. It is a recognition of our choice to love what we do, to love who we are, and to love each other. I want to be very clear. I realize many of you know me as that overachieving girl who is always trying to do charitable things, who seems to have her life exactly together. What most of you don't know about me is that I was once a terribly, impossibly shy little girl. For the first many years of my life, I rarely spoke even a single word in public. In the past 18 years, however, I have begun to find my voice. For that, I do want to digress for a moment to thank my best friends, my brother, my teachers, and everyone else along my journey who has taught me something new, pushed me out of my comfort zone, and led me to believe in myself. Most of all, I want to thank my parents, who have worked tirelessly every day to support me in every way possible. They are the ones who have given me the chance to live a life where I can afford to see the world in its best light. When I look around me, or behind me rather, at all of you, my peers, I see something truly magical. I am not the only one who has been finding her voice. We have been all-state musicians, leaders in social justice and community service, division and section title winners in any sport you can name, incredibly talented visual artists, academic superstars, wrestling and cross-country and football state champions. But far more than any of that, I see your utter and genuine passion for dancing and flying and running and playing the cello and winning for your team and acting and teaching others and helping those around you. Amidst all the darkness, we still speak loudly and clearly in the way we choose. We still choose to love. So perhaps we are, right now, in this moment, the most naive and foolish we will ever be again. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. Call me a fool, but I think some of the greatest loves of our lives are sitting right here in front of us. They are our parents. They are your children. They are this place, this school, this town. Our love and our happiness and our goodness do not have to be the greatest in the universe. They do not even have to try to exceed the evil in this world. We can only trust that their existence is enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope in 2 months, 2 years, or 20 years, when perhaps you are scared or unsure if you should follow your heart, like I may be, you take a step back and remember your choice to love. I hope you hang tight to that naivety. The best is yet to come, but the best is already right here. Thank you and congratulations to the Cornwall class of 2019.